Hey guys, it's Katie here from Katie Creative, and it's my mission to help you build a brand that you love. So today we're going to be talking all about how to keep your brand presence consistent even when you're super busy. So I know the feeling, for 3 months or so, you're really on a roll, you're posting a newsletter every week, you've got everything on social media scheduled, and everything is going really great. Your brand presence is strong. Next thing, you get inundated with client work and you don't come up for air for another couple of months. And in that time, your brand has kind of dropped off the radar a little bit. And even though it's great that you're so busy that you've got all this work that you're working on, which is fantastic, the problem with this is that usually once you've finished that work and you haven't been keeping your brand presence strong, then when you're looking for more work, you have no leads coming in because you haven't been marketing. And that's what's known as a feast and famine cycle, because you keep just going in cycles where you're really busy and then you need to find new clients and then you're really busy, and on it goes. So how can we prevent this and make sure that you've got a consistent brand presence and that you're always, online and you're always out there a little bit to keep your brand strong? Step one is to do an audit. So do an audit of everything that you're doing with your brand, and also of all the clients that you have right now. Where have they all come from? Do you use a CRM? Because if you do, you can tag them depending on where each lead came from. But even if you don't use a CRM, just keep a simple spreadsheet on Google or Excel and just add a tag to every new lead and every client, noting down where they come from. Because there's a school of thought, and it's called the 80-20 rule. And it says that 80% of the success that you have comes from just 20% of the work that you do. So what happens the other 80% of the time? Chances are, you're just down different rabbit holes trying to make other things work, and you're doing the busy work that doesn't actually get you results. And this happens to all of us. It's pretty hard to avoid it, but by knowing, the really key things that you do that bring in clients and that bring in leads will help you to understand what's non-negotiable in your business. So start off by doing an audit and get really, really clear on the things that you're doing, the 20% of the things that are producing 80% of the results. Number 2, decide on your non-negotiables. Sure, posting on Instagram every day and doing a Facebook Live every other week is going to be great for your business, but is it really going to be sustainable and achievable every single week? Maybe not. That's for you to decide. So take note of everything from your audit, the most important things in your business, and make a list of non-negotiables, something that you're going to commit to every week for your business that's going to push the needle forward. So that might be posting on Instagram, let's just say, and you're going to commit to posting on Instagram every single day for the rest of the year, to keep your brand presence strong. Now, with the Facebook Lives, you might also find those work really well for you, but instead of making it a non-negotiable, you could just do that whenever you have the time, whenever you have a chance, and build that in later. So don't bite off more than you can chew in this part. Really just pick a couple of key things that you're going to make sure that no matter how busy you are, you're going to commit to. The next step is to plan ahead and batch create. So there's nothing worse than, being really busy and then that, oh my God, tonight I need to go home and actually schedule my Instagram. So by planning ahead, you're not just left scrambling when you are really busy. And also, if an emergency does come up and you've got a client deadline, that it's all good because you can catch up tomorrow and it's not going to affect anything because you've planned ahead. It really just takes you out of that reactive mode, and it will make your life so much calmer and so much easier. So I like to batch do things. So if I want to schedule for Instagram, I'll schedule for a whole week, 1 hour a week. So it's all done at once rather than posting every single day. And it's also planned ahead of time by a week or 2. This is really going to take so much stress out of your life, especially if you're busy. Number 4 is to repurpose your content. So chances are most of your audience has not even engaged or read half of your content, because with the algorithm on social media, it's probably not even shown to them. Plus, everyone is obviously so busy with their own lives that, they may easily have missed it. So a great idea is to really cycle your content again. So let's just say you've got a post out today. In 6 months' time, why not just post that same post again? I mean, if it's a good post, you should be using it again and again every couple of months. Another great way of doing this is to repurpose your content. And so what that means is that if you've written a blog post, let's just say, you can take paragraphs out of the blog post and use it for captions on LinkedIn or on Instagram. It's basically making sure that all the hard work you're putting into this content really goes that extra mile. It's working smarter instead of working harder. And number 5 is to hire a VA. Now, I know it might be hard to kind of give up the control and you've got your way of doing things, but hiring a VA can really help take some of that workload off of you and really keep time to be doing the more important tasks. So, you can get a VA locally in Australia, you can get one overseas somewhere like the Philippines, and it can be as little as $10 an hour. And you could even just start off with maybe 5 hours a week to just take some of those tasks off of you. One thing I'd recommend is to just make sure that you really brief your VA in a really thorough way so they understand who your brand is, they understand, the way that you do things, and they can actually learn how you do it. And, you can always review everything before it gets published, so you still do ultimately have, the approval and the sign off of the content. But it's really going to help you, especially when you're in those really busy periods. So hopefully those tips have helped you. If you've got any questions, just ask me in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next week.